1, 2, 3.
A couple years ago, we had visited with a few different school districts. Clear Creek was fortunate for us enough to say, yes, we'll let you build us a building with high school kids that we will put our kids in, and that's a pretty big step. I mean, they've got to have confidence that we're going to be able to pull this off.
Last fall, when we began this journey at Kinnick Stadium, did anyone really think this would come to be? 150-some students sitting there looking. I mean, it was a little sketchy at times, and then I looked at the enthusiasm of the students. The partnership between Joe Greathouse, Kirkwood Community College, and the Greater Iowa City Area Home Builders Association has been quite successful. And we, as the Home Builders Association, are honored to have been involved.
STEM education is absolutely critical for the future of our country. There's no question about that. And we actually have bipartisan support for STEM education in the state of Iowa. We have it around the country because folks understand how important that's going to be to keep our country at the forefront of technological developments, to keep our country at the forefront when it comes to world competition. But it's also important locally so that students can get ahead, so they can get the education they need. And then if they want to go off and get careers in architecture and construction and engineering, it'll be that much easier for them to do that.
All the kids, I can't thank you enough, knowing that sometimes it was a pain. You know, as a middle school principal, most of the time when you're watching kids, you're kind of figuring out, okay, what are they doing? What are they up to? Okay, I never walked into that STEM center once when kids weren't focused on what they're supposed to do. And lots of times they're really, Kirkwood leaders were there, Joe was on the phone doing other things and they were doing their work.
We know that the best learning, the deepest learning that students have is when they're actively involved in something real. And what better opportunity for that? So when Joe came and said, hey, we'd like to build a building, we'd like students to do it from the design clear through the finished construction, and it's basically going to cost you nothing as a district. Your kids get a great experience throughout the process, and CCA students will benefit for the next 20, 30, 40 years. What is there to say no to?